Welcome to the Tech Show. I'm Stacy Rush, and this week it's about all the toys for girls and boys and grown-ups too. And our friend Nikki Noya is telling us what to download for that next trip. All that and more coming up on the Tech Show. Now it's time for the latest. Airbus's Vahana autonomous electric vertical takeoff and landing craft has actually flown during a full-scale prototype test that lasted just under a minute, and during which the Vahana aircraft was fully self-piloted at a height of 16 feet off the ground. The Vahana VTOL, which resembles a complicated helicopter, is being developed by Airbus Silicon Valley and is aiming to eventually become something that can actually offer service to customers and transport people and goods within cities, cutting above traffic and making short hop trips between strategically placed launch and landing pads. This first flight is obviously a far cry from a working commercial passenger drone service, but the successful first flight, which was followed by a second successful flight the next day, is a step in the right direction. Next, Vahana says it'll aim to move from being able to hover the vehicle to being able to have it fly itself directionally, which will obviously be a key ingredient in terms of getting people and stuff from point A to point B. San Francisco photographer Oscar Nielsen sued General Motors after colliding with a Chevy Bolt last year that aborted a lane change while driving autonomously. Nielsen's lawsuit claims he was riding on his motorcycle behind the Bolt when it changed lanes to the left. As Nielsen sped up, the car abruptly swung back into his lane, striking his bike. GM claims Nielsen was straddling two lanes and that the car was recentering itself. The car did have a human driver who attempted to swerve away from that collision. At Cruise, we test our self-driving cars in challenging and unpredictable environments, precisely because by doing so, we will get better, safer AV technology on the road sooner, a spokesperson from the automaker wrote in an email to The Verge. In this case, the motorcyclist merged into our lane before it was safe to do so. So, when a self-driving car is in an accident, do you think the manufacturer is at fault?
If a self-driving car is involved in an accident, do you think the manufacturer is at fault?
I don't like self-driving cars. No, I don't.
I don't know if the manufacturer would be liable because I don't know if they require maintenance, so there would be any culpability on my part.
Of course. It couldn't possibly be a person if it's a self-driving car, right?
Ooh, that's a trick question, I think. I think it could be both, right? Because if you're self-driving and if something goes wrong, it could be manufacturer. However, if you're looking down at your phone and you didn't... Wait, no, that's
I think that they should be at fault. Yes.
I think it could be at fault, yeah. Yeah, it could be tricky, but I think maybe more the manufacturer, because if it's self-driving, there's not much that could...
That's what they're selling, right?
Yeah, I'm like, if it's self-driving, unless like something hits you out of nowhere.
I think there are too many variables to really know who would be at fault. But with these self-driving cars becoming more prolific, it's something that has to be decided soon. Coming up, something that will make kids want to clean. No, really. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Over 70 years of experience in heart and aviation, the members of the Association of Flight Attendants know the realities of the aircraft cabin better than anyone. We don't just serve drinks, we save lives. We don't just negotiate contracts, we move major policy issues like the smoking ban, no knives on planes, clean water, and safe food on board. The air we breathe matters, and we stop the spraying of poisonous pesticides. The Association of Flight Attendants, stronger together, better together.
We're talking family fun in this week's Home Tech. It's easy to please everyone in the house on game night if you have the right games. Board games are great, but if you are looking for the best game console to bring the family together, the Nintendo Switch is far and away the best choice. Most of its games are rated for everyone, and you can easily add to the system to hold that 8-person Mario Kart tournament. The Eruption Disruption promises to make kids want to clean the microwave. They can pour in vinegar and water and nuke the volcano until it bubbles up, helping to release grime in the microwave without using chemicals. Then they can wipe it clean. Your kids may make messes in the microwave on purpose just to use the volcano. And the Stride Post app is a to-do list that teaches kids how to be responsible for chores and schoolwork. Set the allowance tracker to reward them with a night at the movies or a later bedtime, if they get everything done. Finally, say goodbye to keys and combinations with TapLock, the first padlock that opens with your fingerprint, or your friends or your mom's. You can store up to 500 different fingerprints in one lock, control access to all of them, and see the access history using the app. Now, let's take a look at this. It's a very pretty lock, but for all the technology, it's also tough, rainproof, rustproof, and water resistant. And although it runs on a battery, the battery lasts up to a year on a 2-hour charge. And if you lose your fingerprint and you lose your phone, you can set a Morse code-like unlock using the power button. They really thought of everything. Coming up, the biggest hits in the world of toys. The Tech Show will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Tech Show. Let's get right into the hottest toys at this year's Consumer Electronics Show. Aibo, the adorably cute RoboPup from Sony, features artificial intelligence and camera vision with OLED eyes to recognize who it's looking at and where it's going. The most amazing part is that Aibo is very relatable and lovable, unlike many other robots. It's like a living Pixar robot brought to life, and it's ready to be your child's favorite companion. Presently only available in Japan, once Aibo does come to the States, it'll cost around $1,800. Or have your child build their own companion. Q Robot seeks to introduce kids as young as 5 years old to the basic principles of coding. Kids can play, explore, and text together. Chat, code, and share your world with a robot buddy all on your own. Another cute and useful robot is the My Special Aflac Duck. It's a smart social robot developed by Aflac and Sproutel to help kids cope with their cancer treatment journey. The Aflac Duck features a host of sensors and reacts to your touch. It has a built-in microphone and light sensor that understands the environment and adjusts behaviors of the duck accordingly. The Feelings card accessory allows the duck to express a range of emotions, from happy to sad to mad and more. Kids can even give the duck chemo, and a companion app allows for augmented reality interaction, allowing kids to bathe and feed the duck, among a host of other actions. Aflac will be donating these ducks to children diagnosed with cancer in the winter of 2018 and 2019. MakePi's new MakePad do-it-yourself Raspberry Pi powered tablet is designed for kids and allows kids ages 5 and older to do just that. Assembling this do-it-yourself tablet is very much like constructing Lego blocks with different components included. It's designed to be simple and straightforward. The tablet features a 10.1-inch display, Raspberry Pi chip, speaker, battery pack, and everything necessary to build a functional tablet. Now, how cool is that? It even features its own OS called MakeOS that runs various apps on Kickstarter. The MakePad will cost $269. The Tello is a $99 mini drone created by Rise Robotics in partnership with Intel and DJI that is super easy to fly. It was one of the best drones featured at CES. The drone even features 720p video capture without the huge price tag. A cool feature is that kids can program it using the Scratch programming language developed by MIT. Is your phone, Kindle, or tablet all packed for your next trip? Nikki Noya has you covered on the In-Flight Entertainment Update.
What should you download to take on your next flight? We've got you covered with this month's installment of IFT Update. Listen to this, Kelly Clarkson, Meaning of Life. Kelly moves in a soulful direction with her latest album, but classic Clarkson is on full display. Vocals front and center, huge hooks, and even bigger choruses. Okay, download this. Cat Quest. This open world role-playing game about a cute little kitty cat going on quests. Not just any quest though, your ultimate goal is to save your sister, and to do that you'll have to get strong by ridding the realm of dragons and other monsters. Watch this, The Final Year. The Final Year is a unique insider's account of Barack Obama's foreign policy team during the last year in office, featuring unprecedented access inside the White House and State Department. The Final Year offers an uncompromising view of the inner workings of the Obama administration as they prepare to leave power after 8 years.
The first day I walked in, the first thing I noticed was how small it was. There's like 30 people who work here who are setting the direction for the entire US government and in that way the entire world.
I feel like we should have a clock with the days counting down because what we have set in motion, all of that is at stake.
Syria, Libya, North Korea, climate change. We have about as full an agenda as any administration has ever had.
Each of us brings something to the table, informed by our history, by our experience, by our background.
I'm always feeling a sense of urgency to try to get as much done as possible.
You're sitting here and you're realizing the stakes.
All right, let's do this.
What's happening in Syria is beyond frustrating. It was a dark, devastating day.
I will never stop trying to stop the war if there's a chance of finding a way forward.
People need to be at the center of our foreign policy thinking. What Russia has done is wrong. Is there nothing that can shame you?
You know, she sustains that original idealism around our ability to save lives and make things better. I sit close to the president. He has to think about how am I going to measure this against every other priority I have in the world.
We've got to make sure it'll be harder to dismantle in the event that we take a different turn.
And I just came outside to try to process all this. It's a lot to process.
History really doesn't follow a straight line. It zigs and zags. The trend lines ultimately will be in the direction of a less violent, more empathetic, more generous world. That requires individuals fighting for that future. I still believe the most important office in any country is not president or prime minister. The most important title is citizen. Now, we got a pacifier that fell and could pose a danger to the president. There you go.
Thanks, Nikki. We've got to take a break, but we'll have more toys when we come right back. I've got to go get that movie.
This is important news for women who were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and then suffered permanent hair loss. Some women administered the breast cancer chemotherapy drug Taxotere have suffered from permanent hair loss on scalp, eyebrows, and eyelashes. If you suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy for breast cancer, call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call now. Operators are standing by.
When you have credit card debt, the debt suckers, high rate and high pay, never leave you alone.
Debt is really sucking the life out of them.
Yes, they look like death, warmed over.
He's picking up the phone, probably calling his uncle to borrow money.
Thank you for calling Consolidated Credit.
Oh, no, not Consolidated Credit.
With one call, they can lower their credit card rates.
And consolidate their bills into one low payment.
They'll pay off their debt in no time. Put down the phone! Put down the phone!
Order a pizza.
With extra red sauce. That Consolidated Credit makes it too quick and easy to get rid of us.
Thanks to Consolidated Credit, there can be life after death.
Call Consolidated Credit now and get your life back.
Because debt sucks.
Call 800-481-7981. 800-481-7981. That's 800-481-7981. Call now.
Instead of searching for hours and spending too much, Trivago makes it easy to find the ideal hotel for the best price. Just go to Trivago.com, type in where you want to go, and with 2 clicks, select your check-in, your checkout dates, and search. You can then easily compare all the hotels that meet your search criteria and find the room that is ideal for you. That's how you can be sure that you'll find the ideal hotel at the best price with Trivago.com. Hotel Trivago.
This is important news for women who were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and then suffered permanent hair loss. Some women administered the breast cancer chemotherapy drug Taxotere have suffered from permanent hair loss on scalp, eyebrows, and eyelashes. If you suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy for breast cancer, call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call now. Operators are standing by.
Welcome back to the Tech Show. Nikki Noya also got to visit the GameVice booth at CES. Check it out.
Okay, Fraser, tell me about GameVice and what you guys do.
Okay, so what we do, the concept of the product is it's 2 halves of a game controller that attach to 2 sides of a smart device.
Okay.
One of the key factors that we focus on is the fact that we're not Bluetooth. We are direct connecting, so we're lightning connected.
Okay.
So you don't have to pair this product. You don't have to worry about latency. As soon as you plug it in, you're good to go.
You don't have to worry about Wi-Fi either.
It depends on the game.
Oh, okay.
So some of the games are Wi-Fi games, so they need internet access. But a lot of the games, they don't. And there's over 1,000 games that are compatible with this device.
And look at how this folds up. This is
That's
awesome.
I feel like a street card magician. so this particular device, this fits all iPhones from 6 all the way up to 10.
Awesome.
It's adjustable, so the plus size and the small size. So I've got a 10 in my pocket. Here's one I baked earlier. Plug it in, the light came on, you know it's connected. There it is.
Awesome.
You're ready to go. Why don't you take that?
Okay.
And
Now, it's not just games though, it's a whole bunch of other things. Tell me about that.
okay, so the sophistication of remote vehicles, drones, droids, submersibles, they're getting more and more sophisticated. But with that sophistication comes a requirement to have a sophisticated controller. And that pushes the price up. So in order to make things competitive, a lot of the people, they use the horsepower in the iOS or the Android device. But with that comes the downside of not being able to have a register for where your fingers and thumbs are. So we've worked with DJI, we've worked with Sphero, and we've worked with several others to be the de facto controller for their app that's on the iOS device or the Android device.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I can use this for my drone, use this for games.
Yeah.
Use this for, what other things can I use this for?
It's an interesting question. I mean, so you've got 1,000 games, 1,000 of other uses, and you still want more. What is wrong with you?
Thanks, Nikki. Now I just have to finish this level. Okay, time to check out more of the toy hits at CES. The Botley Coding Robot is a new STEM toy introduced at CES that seeks to teach kids ages 5 and older the basics of coding. Use the remote transmitter to code up to 80 steps for Botley. A 77-piece activity set encourages open-ended play and critical thinking. It looks like a cute robot on wheels with bright colors that will appeal to younger audiences. What's cool is that the more you play with Botley, the more he can do. The SMA Circle S1 is an e-bike that folds and easily fits in your backpack. Now, how's that for the ultimate in portability? It's the world's most compact and lightweight e-bike that makes transportation easier, and the company was honored with awards at CES 2018 for innovative design. Featuring a sleek carbon fiber design, it gets you to your destination in style. It reaches speeds of 12 miles per hour, and the throttle allows you to control the speed of the scooter. It travels roughly 12 miles on a single charge. It's a novel idea and perfect for saving time, energy, and space. Pre-orders are now being taken on Indiegogo. Razor Turbojets are new motorized wheels for your heels that can reach up to 10 miles per hour. One of the Turbojets is motorized while the other is not. The battery is removable and you get about 30 minutes of use on a single charge. The Turbojets feature an adjustable strap, comfortably fitting Youth 12 to Adult 12 shoes. The Turbojets arrive in stores this February for $130. Beginning in February, the Turbojets will be sold at Toys R Us with wider expansion planned sometime thereafter. And want to make brushing fun for kids? The Colibri Magic Smart Toothbrush is a high-tech toothbrush employing augmented reality technology to make brushing your teeth so much more fun. Using a companion smartphone app, kids play a game, fighting an evil monster while brushing their teeth. It's a win-win, and those cavities don't stand a chance. Available later this year, the Smart AR toothbrush will retail for under $30. We'll be right back with more of the Tech Show.
It's time for This Week in Games, where we see what's coming to your mobile, console, or PC. The Nintendo classic character Kirby is entering a tournament against his toughest rival yet, himself. 1 to 4 players can fight in local or online battles, pick from 10 battle types to compete in countless matchups, hoard treasure in Ore Express, knock out opponents in Slam Hockey, shoot missiles at Robo-Bonkers, and more. In this competition, you'll learn the basics of battle while earning boost orbs that power up Kirby, as well as nostalgic headgear to wear in other modes, and even a new playable character. Then dive into battle. Kirby Battle Royale is available this January only on Nintendo 3DS and is rated E for everyone. The mobile game Alto's Adventure is an endless snowboarding odyssey set against a beautiful and ever-changing alpine landscape. The game features fluid, physics-based movement, procedurally generated terrain, and stunning dynamic lighting and weather effects. The core mechanic centers around an easy-to-learn yet difficult-to-master one-button trick system that allows you to chain together increasingly more elaborate trick combos to maximize the player's speed and compete for high scores and distances. That's it for This Week in Games. Stay tuned for more of the Tech Show.
Now it's time for Take My Money, where this week we look at the GoSun Go, a portable solar cooker that claims to cook a meal in 30 minutes.
We create solar-powered devices to fuel the world. Today, we're excited to release the GoSun Go, a solar stove that roasts a meal in minutes, can be taken anywhere, works any day, yet remains cool to touch no matter how hot. Just like its name.
Okay, that was kind of amazing. Maybe you couldn't feed the family reunion, but it's a great way for a quick picnic. And no smoke. GoSun Go, go ahead and take my money. Thanks for joining us this week. Follow us at the Tech Show TV and join the conversation. Tech you later.